Hey Taurus, welcome back to the Warrior's Journey Tarot. This is going to be your October 4th daily reading for love and romance. This is October 4th, 2021. I think I will use, yeah, why not? Let's use the Lover's Path Tarot today by Chris Walder. All right, this is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for October 4th. It's a daily read. It's for October 4th. I'm not going to go into all the historical figures. I'm just going to use it as a tarot deck, okay? Because then it gets really deep. I'll read you the names. You can just Google it if you want to. All right, what's going on with Taurus and love and romance for October 4th, 2021? I'll also tell you the meanings in a general way as well. So for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for October 4th, 2021. What does Taurus need to know? What does Taurus need to know for October 4th, 2021? What does Taurus need to know for October 4th, 2021? Let's cut the deck. First card is you, Taurus. Nine of Coins, lovely. This is your love interest, is Queen of Coins. Situation between you two, Nine of Arrows, the outcome. Princess of Coins, how you see them, how they see you, your challenge or obstacle, their challenge or obstacle. And on the bottom of the deck, you got Prince of Arrows. So right off the bat, I feel like this reading is for a male Taurus. I feel like this is for a male Taurus. I do. I just lost most of the viewers for this video. But I'm going to read the message, okay? Maybe I'll do you know what I'll do? I'll do this quickly. And then I'm going to do the reading with another deck again for all the female Taurians, okay? A reading for the women. This is for a male Taurian, this reading. Nine of Coins. This is showing you, single, independent, doing really well with your finances, and you're feeling this pull or call to settle down, get married, find somebody, all that kind of stuff. But at the time, you're enjoying doing really well for yourself and being successful. Now, you have somebody that you're dealing with the Queen of Coins energy, and it says here, Hera, okay? Makes sense. Hera, Zeus's wife in Greek mythology, Queen of Coins, Capricorn. They are all about wifey energy. They are protective of what's theirs. They can be jealous and possessive, but the Queen of Pentacles is someone who is living a nice life. This is a mother figure, maternal, wife figure, nurturing, loving. But if you try to kind of cut her grass or do anything where you're invading her territory, she's very protective of her family and her loved ones and her community. Traditions are important to her. She's got deep roots. She is successful. She's enjoying life. She knows how to run a household as well as, be a part of the community and so on. So the situation between you two is Nine of Arrows, and that's the Nine of Swords right here, showing there's some upset, something toxic. This is the Nightmare card because this card comes up when you're losing sleep, worrying, and that there's toxic energy or stress from others, or something's happened that's been really tough. Okay, it might have been a lot of fighting, arguing, insults, backstabbing, whatever. Only thing that gets worse than Nine of Swords is the Ten of Swords. Okay, right now it's Nine of Arrows. So it's almost like this is coming to a completion. The outcome is Princess of Coins, and it's got Danae. I'm not going to go into all that, but the Princess of Coins here is like the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so it's showing that Knight of Pentacles, or like the Page of Pentacles. It's showing some kind of offer. It might be referring to a younger person that's involved in this reading, a child who's involved in this reading, and that's being a factor in this love situation, relationship situation. The Princess of Coins is showing putting down an investment or putting an offer down or doing something to move or relocate or getting some message or a ring or something that is real and tangible. It's also this card for an academic, someone who's in university, a youth. So with the Princess of Coins, let me just look at this thing just because it's got this Danny, and you know I always want to know what's going on, and I read a lot of stuff for these cards. Okay, it is like the page. It is like the page. It's not the knight. The knight would be the prince. So it's taking responsibility, messages, fertility, gaining the knowledge necessary to make an idea a reality, practical planning, mail or messages that bring possibilities for expansion, business opportunities. Okay, so if it's not somebody who is an actual youth who could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, it's saying it's bringing some opportunity. For here it's saying for business. But in love and romance, it could be anything real and tangible. Like, let's take this to the next level, a communication saying that you want to, lock it down kind of thing. Because on the bottom, you got Cupid, Prince of Arrows. That's the Prince of Swords. And they've decided to use Cupid as the Prince of Swords. And that's Aphrodite's son. He shoots the arrow, makes people fall in love. So there's a situation here with the Prince of Arrows who's got his eyes set on someone. This is the Prince of Swords energy, Knight of Swords energy. So that means like they want to go after somebody who's like this maternal figure here. I feel like this is you, okay, Taurus? Like you are somebody, this is a young Taurian or somebody who is not settled, not married, doesn't have kids yet, and wanting to pursue someone. And they're really like aggressively or ambitiously going after this person. How you see them is the Empress. See, you're getting more of this like Mother Earth, Venus, wifey, older woman, mother, nurturing energy. You see them as Cleopatra. Because this is fertility, and they said fertility for Princess of Coins too. Maybe you're ready to have kids and settle down. And you see them as somebody who would make that kind of, good wife material. They could be somebody older than you. Perhaps they're even somebody who has a child or has been married. Fertility here with Caesar and Cleopatra. So it's like you see yourself as a power couple. Like you could see yourselves as a power couple. Right now you're single and doing well for yourself, but you see that it could be a possibility. You think there's someone who is very beautiful, creative, loving, nurturing, abundant, fertile, womanly, somebody who would be an excellent match for you. How they see you is Six of Cups. They have nice feelings about you. They have fond memories. They have moments of like reminiscing and back to their hometown, community, your youth, whatever, that they feel a strong attachment to that time and place when they knew you. The sights, the smell, the sound, how they felt, how they were, what they looked like, all that stuff, Six of Cups, they've got nostalgic feelings for you. Now, your challenge or obstacle is the Ten of Cups. What is an obstacle here? It's an obstacle to find happiness. This is your happily ever after, the Ten of Cups. So as a challenge or obstacle, it's like, I don't know if you think you don't deserve happiness in your life, or you think that you'll never find it, or there's self-sabotage or what, but somehow this happily ever after card of marriage, children, this love where it doesn't matter if you're rich, poor, whatever happens through thick and thin, it will stand the test of time because you just love them so much. It's somehow that Ten of Cups energy is an obstacle for you or a challenge for you. In the past, things haven't worked out, or maybe you haven't found the right one. And now you think that this person who's already kind of manifested in love and maybe even is a parent, maybe has kids or a child, or at the very least is very nurturing energy, you think that this is the solution. Now, their challenge obstacle is Four of Cups. Four of Cups. Here, it's odd because they usually have Three of Cups on one side and an Ace of Cups on the floating out of the sky somewhere, okay, with a hand from Spirit. Sometimes this card means when you're focused on other things instead of your own life being happy, your cup being full and having gratitude. Other times it can be focused on the past, missing something else that's past. Here it's showing 2 cups on each side, which is significant. Here it's saying 2 different relationships. So their challenge or obstacle is perhaps their heart or their emotions are invested in 2 different people, in 2 different relationships, on 2 paths. Maybe they need to make a choice because this is an obstacle for them. Maybe they still haven't gotten over something else. Maybe they care about somebody else equally as much or more. I don't know. For whatever it may be, it's saying they have this kind of mixed feelings, torn between 2 kind of thing going on here. Underneath Cupid, we have Three of Wands is waiting for the ships to come in. Look at this couple. It's like they know that it's going to work out. It's good things coming if they get together. Opportunities coming in, abundance coming in. Ace of Air. This is truth, clarity, victory, seeing things clearly, being honest, speaking up, saying how you feel, no hiding anything, cards on the table, being honorable, having integrity. 2 of Arrows here, we see Cupid with Psyche, and it's saying you're being pulled in 2 different directions. See this? Look at this Cupid. We saw Cupid over here, right? And Psyche sleeping, and she messed up a whole bunch of times with this relationship because of her doubts or insecurities, and his mom didn't like her in the first place. So it's being torn between 2. His mother has one opinion, and she's doing this and trying to make it all work. So, it gets really deep after that, like this Prince of Coins, all that stuff. Let's not go that deep. I'm going to give you just a quick love oracle card for this read. And then I'll get into the female Taurian read. Feel free to timestamp. Please do. Let them know that the reading for the women is after this one, whenever that is. Maybe I'll timestamp. I don't know. Can we get there we go, twin flame connection. It's a twin flame connection, which is speaking a triangle. Yeah, it is a triangle as well. So as I said, their obstacle is they have somebody else that they're invested in as well. But this is a twin flame connection, saying with twin flames, it's a soul that gets split in 2, and then, you incarnate on Earth and there's another half of you that's walking around. So it's a really deep connection. And yet we have somebody else, and that makes sense because Hera's wifey. Hera's Zeus's wife. Hera's the mother. Hera's maternal. She's the queen. That's why she's the Queen of Coins here. And here you are trying to get in there, Caesar and Cleo. Any other messages? Any other messages? Soulmate. Oh, geez. Brunette female. And soulmate. So twin flame and a soulmate, okay? Just in case you're wondering. Let's pull one more. Romance angels. Any last messages for Taurus for October? Oh, look at that. Right on top of there. This could be the one. Chemistry. Okay, so it says this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner that you seek. Taurus. Look at that. Don't they look similar? And it's saying with this card, just think about the first person that comes to mind is probably that person. Now, it's not this is the one. There's nobody else who could be better. These are soulmate twin flame cards. Yeah, those are. But it's saying here there's definite chemistry with this person, a magnetic attraction, strong magnetic attraction here. And it could be the right person for you. And it's also because of this past life connection, this soulmate connection, twin flame connection. But we've got the triangle here, a brunette female who's also involved. And we see that this person, Queen of Coins, she's got 2 different relationships that she's invested in. And there's the love triangle. So let's just put that next to this. So Taurus, it's saying that this is a really strong connection. This is for the Taurus males, this reading. Very strong connection. There could be some obstacles, but there's definite chemistry and it could be the one. But for you, the challenge is to find your happily ever after in this situation. This seems like somebody that you've known from the past who feels, who has these romantic feelings for you. Yeah, they have a deep connection with you. They remember you. But for the fourth, it looks like, they're in the position to pick and choose and decide. All right. So that was the male Taurus reading. I'm going to pack this up. And let's go back into your read, Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the women. Because honestly, I like to read for the women. And then sometimes the men take over my readings. And you'll find me yelling at the air, okay? I don't want to do readings for men. I know that sounds bad, but like when they take over, they take over. These energies. Anyways. And 85% of my viewers are female. So, there we go. 5 of arrows, 2 of coins. Already we have some kind of conflict, bullying or unfair situation, fighting, disgrace, ruin, scandal, again with the Cupid and Psyche, where she's holding 3 of those arrows, a heartbreak, disappointment. He's upset with her. And he got upset with her because she would never listen to anything he asked her to promise to do. 2 of coins, juggling. There's, 2 people here. I've got Pluto and Persephone. Oh, geez. Hades and Persephone. I'm not even going to go into that. All right, women, let's get back into your read. Taurus women, please. Can we get a Taurus reading? Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the women. What do they need to hear? This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the women. This is for Taurus. Here we go. Wotan, King of Wands. There could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag, that is involved in your reading. And there's Hangman over here, like something's been put on hold. Sacrificing your own happiness for others. Okay, and then there's got Orpheus and Eurydice, the story where he is the musician. He goes all the way to Hades' realm to save his boo, which is Eurydice. But even then, it's another story like Cupid and Psyche where they can't follow instructions. All right, back to your reading, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's get a reading for Taurus. What does Taurus need to know, please? For October 4th in love and romance. What does Taurus need to know for October 4th? This is for the women. For Taurus females, please. What does Taurus need to know for October 4th? Let's get a story for Taurus females. What does Taurus need to know for October 4th, please? All right. This is you, Taurus. Princess of Staves, Princess of Wands, Brunhild. This is your love interest, 3 of coins. Okay, so we already see a triangle going on. Situation between you two, 10 of Wands, 10 of Staves. The outcome is the Devil. Jeez, Paolo and Francesca. How you see them, how they see you. Your challenge or obstacle in this situation is 7 of Arrows. Their challenge or obstacle is the 2 of Cups. And the Prince of Cups, Tristan, is on the bottom. So for you, you got the Princess of Staves, which is like the Page of Wands. This is all action, inspiration, following your passions, being creative, living life to the fullest, youthful, exuberant, full of life and excitement and chemistry and attraction and passion. This energy of Page of Wands or Princess of Staves is somebody who goes after what they want and likes to not be tied down. They like to go wherever their heart takes them, wherever their inspiration takes them. in love and romance, they can often not be able to focus on one thing, okay, or stay there for a while. Now, the person you're dealing with is Three of Coins. That could be an artist type that you're dealing with, somebody who is creative in their work. And also it could be that they are juggling more than one person, because in love and romance, I take the Three of Pentacles as three different people, love triangle. Now, the situation between you two is Ten of Staves. Ten of Staves is speaking to, this is a lot of work, a time where putting in a lot of effort, it's getting exhausting. It's like this relationship is a lot of work. If you love them and if it's worth it, then it's great. If it's not, and if it's kind of fizzling, it's getting to be exhausting and boring. Ten of Wands shows great effort, great success, growth, passion, but it's exhausting. It's a lot of work. Now, the outcome is the Devil card. It says temptation. The Devil energy is showing that there's something not above board going on. So the Devil energy comes up when there's somebody that you know to be toxic coming back into your life or is in your life. You know they're not good for you, but maybe they're attractive. Maybe they're interesting, dangerous to be around. Maybe they're, someone who is feeding into your kind of wanting to be, thrilled or excited kind of vibe, okay? Because you're the Princess of Staves and they are party with the Three of Cups. So whatever the case is, they've got somebody else and they care about them, because I see the Two of Cups as their challenge or obstacle. And you see the Prince of Cups on the bottom. That romantic dreamer, they love to play the guitar, dedicate love songs, write poetry, look good, make you dreamy eyes, all that stuff. But it's not lasting, because here you see they have somebody else. And anytime you see the Devil energy, people say, oh, it could be a Capricorn. Yeah, but it's still the Devil. So the Devil energy is showing toxic, somebody who's trying to manipulate and have their cake and eat it too. Like they've got a relationship and trying to keep something on the side. Now I know Taurus is not going to like this, going to get pissed off. I'm just reading the cards and I'm not doing this again. So here it says, this is a situation about somebody who's coming back into your life and everybody's got one of those, attractive, dangerous, no good for you, keeping tabs on you type. How you see them is Three of Cups, very social. Look at the drinks flowing, somebody who could work in that kind of an atmosphere, spends a lot of late nights out, has a lot of friends, very active. How do they see you? They see you as the Prince of Arrows, like the Knight of Swords. Okay, Cupid. They see you as somebody who's going after them like you have a mission, like they know that you want them. And that you're planning, the right outfits, the right place to be, the right timing, all this stuff. It's like you're hunting and you've set your sights on them. And they know, or they think, this is what they think. This is how they see you, as the Prince of Arrows, the Knight of Swords, okay? And the Knight of Swords in love and romance is somebody who likes somebody because it's kind of ego-driven. It's not like this Prince of Cups. It's where you think they look good on paper. Like somebody walks into a club or in a room and they're so attractive that everybody stares at them. So it's kind of like you want them because you think everybody else, it's that kind of a thing. It would be nice to have them on your arm or like be their, significant other, whatever. Feeds the ego. Okay. And the Devil's all about the ego. So your challenge obstacle is Seven of Arrows, which is Seven of Swords. And that means doing something sneaky to get what you want. Trying to start over as well, because Six of Swords is when you leave a toxic situation. Seven of Swords, when you're starting over and you don't quite know how to get back out there. And it's also sneaky. It's about stealing sometimes, okay? Stealing, skimming from the till or doing something sneaky. Again, I know Taurus doesn't, I love Taurus. It's my favorite sign. I'm just reading the cards. And the Seven of Arrows here shows that there's an awareness of doing something not right. And that's the challenge or obstacle, that you know that there's something about this situation that is not above board. Now, for them, their challenge obstacle is a Two of Cups. This They're in a loving relationship with someone already. It's not that they don't care about you, they do, right? They have either you or them or romantic feelings, they do. But it's something that you can't go out in the light of day about, okay? It's not on the 4th. It's a dangerous temptation, put it that way. It's a temptation that is, you know, not honorable. So let's get a card from Amira's Love Oracle for Taurus. There we go. Communication. All right. On the bottom triangle. Yes, we already know that. We saw that. Thank you. Let's pull some more. So communicating with this person, sending those text messages. Look at that union. They're already with somebody, with a young female, perhaps. This is somebody who it says is immature or younger or lives at home still. Any other messages, please? And union. Union is showing that this, with the rings, obviously, that they're in a committed relationship. Any other messages for Taurus? There we go. Okay. Money. So they have money and fun times. Look at that. I told you, party, party. Is that why they're so attractive? It's like, did you meet them at a party? Is that when you go out and you see them at a party and it's exciting and enticing? Any other messages, please? And money. They might be rich. Look at that. All that came out. We'll stop there. Karma. Okay. Let's go. Karma just means it's karmic. Soulmate. Friendship. Dark mail. Travel. Gifts. So this really looks like somebody who knows how to, woo. So there's gifts being given, right? There could be traveling or trips, long distance indicated here. And then we've got a soulmate connection. In the past, this soulmate connection is saying here ending as friends. That this is going to end as friends. Because you're better off as friends because you know that what's going on is not right. Dark male, it just means somebody who could be dark-skinned, dark hair, and also with this figure, it always looks like a lover type because his shirt's not even buttoned up, and I always complain about the same thing. So this is my lover card, okay? Like a Knight of Wands type, okay? So it looks like this is somebody exciting, passionate, has money, a little bit dangerous to be around. They're in a committed relationship and they're messing around, okay? And it's not that they don't like you, they do. And I'm sure that you find it very exciting because they're extremely attractive and fun to be around and they've got dough. This is what I'm getting. Any last messages? This is the Romance Angels. Can we get any final messages for Taurus, please? Any final messages for Taurus? Maybe they're even a singer. I was just thinking that with the Prince of Cups. Children. They have kids. They have kids or they want kids. This could be the one is on the bottom. Children. Your love life is being affected by children. There's a young female here too. That could be some... Jeez, that's a lot. Okay. So we got unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So, okay, here we go with the unrequited love. This card comes up when you have some kind of cat-mouse game. That's how they describe it, with somebody else in your life, social media, anywhere. It's very ego feeding to know that they're around, that there's somebody who flirts back and forth and there's this kind of like playful banter, and sometimes you guys see each other and there's a little attraction or chemistry, and it's fun to think about it in that way. But at the end of the day, nothing manifests in terms of a long-term commitment. That's because it's saying you both know at the heart of it there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. And if you have a real heart-to-heart conversation about it, honestly discuss your feelings, it's going to end up in friendship. And somehow along the way, there's also children involved here. Like they could have kids. Okay, they could have kids. Looks like they're already in a committed relationship. 2 of Cups. And it looks like for some reason, this person that you're dealing with is always in a setting where there's drinks flowing, nightlife, music, like a very party energy. And, it so goes against the fact that they're in a committed relationship. They might even have kids. And, you know, it's like playing into that kind of image of they have to be a playboy. Okay. They have to be this playboy type. But it's the devil at the end of the day, and it's looking like you're going to cut that loose. That's what it looks like for the 4th. Okay, and that's your reading, Taurus. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with your next daily reading. Thank you. Bye.